You know what?
Let me ask this because you long-winded. Let me ask this question right here. Oh, that was called bow tie.
That's funny, Q.
I was just about to agree with you. Okay, listen. Okay, because what I hear you guys saying is that, you got to grow with a person. You got to be able to change with a person. Okay, so you do stuff in the community. I see you on channel 2. I see a lot of y'all about to do certain things. You guys have careers. Everybody at this panel really got something going on to where, like, you could change the world in one degree or another. You know what I mean? And that's what you have within you. That's the potential that you have. So in my mind, I always think about, okay, man, I could be doing this radio thing could blow up. Funtime Moonwalk Rentals could go platinum. I could one of these books I done wrote could do something. It's just all kind of stuff that could take place. So then, you know what? I'm always being affected. Like I'm an at-risk. I'm a case manager for at-risk teams. I'm affected by every child that I interact with. So I'm always changing. I'm always growing. So my question is, if I'm always growing, is it even logical to assume that this individual, my partner or my potential partner, is growing at the same rate or in the same direction that I'm growing in? Because you at home cooking and raking the grass, and I'm out here, I'm looking at the world for what it is. I'm trying to see what's the problem with the water shortage in Africa. I'm looking at something totally different. Do you really, I don't even see us as equals. Because when I listen to the world problems, I accept them as my own. Because that's the only way I can logically go about and try to change some of those problems. And I can't expect for anybody to put what they got going on to the side or even look at the world in that aspect. I figure every problem is my problem because I may have a solution. And then I think about if we change and we growing together, I'm growing on some, you know what, I ain't just got to serve or be a small business owner. Man, I can supply something that's going to service everybody in the world. That's what my mindset is at. So I can't expect for this girl I met in 4th grade to be on that mind because she's not there. So my question is it realistic to have somebody to grow with you and to not just grow, but grow in the same direction?
Well, when you're,
let's start this way and then go that way.
Well, I was going to say, when you're dating, you can tell who has ambition, who's willing to grow. If you meet a person, you know that that's what level you're on, then you can weed those people out automatically. It really doesn't take more than 2 dates to figure it out where their mindset is if you're asking the right questions. If when you're dating a person, it's almost like an interview. So you should know, by 2-3 dates, okay, no, we're not on the same level. And if that person just wants to be the homemaker, because sometimes that's what you do need. If you want to have a family and you see you have this big vision, you both can't be out handling that vision because who's going to take care of home? Who's going to be there to take care of that foundation while you're out running the world or doing whatever, taking over the world, doing whatever you're doing. Somebody has to be there. Don't you want them home cooked meals? Both of y'all can't be out doing everything. And yes, 2 people can have careers, but at the same time, if you have children involved, you still need somebody to be that anchor. So whether it's the male or the female, because the roles don't, a man can.
Need 2 women.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying a man, because people think that when you say a man can be that home anchor, and that doesn't necessarily mean at home not working, not doing anything, because you can work and still be able to pick kids up from school and be able to have a meal ready, because a single man eats, he cooks. Yeah. Well, some men know how to cook. Some of the best chefs in the world are men. So men do know how to cook. And I think you can figure all this out in a few dates, where if this relationship can take it to the next level.
Well, what about when it's camouflaged? When he dresses up to make it real for you?
Well,
what do you do then? It don't take 2 dates.
Well, once you figure it out, once you find out, it's up to you to make that choice whether you're going to stay or whether you're going to go.
You know what,
because eventually, if you're lying about something, it's going to come out.
I saw a quote that said women can fake an orgasm. But men can fake a whole relationship. So 2 or 3 dates is not enough.
Okay, but once that reality hits and once that reality is shown,
you're already in love, man. Got you.
It's too late.
Yep.
No, it's not too late.
The Atlanta audition, and then something wrong with her.
Yeah.
Right. She's crazy.
Exactly.
Now run through the whole list of things that made me crazy.
Oh no! Right. I've been in that situation. I have been in that situation. I got hoodwinked.
Crazy. So that's fine.
I got
Right.
I got hoodwinked in a relationship before, but you know what? Once you figure, but it's up to you. It's up to you to make that decision whether am I gonna still be with this person, knowing that they lied about this, or knowing that they got a trait that is just not compatible. Yeah. Because you can, if you find that out after marriage, there's always people do. There's always divorce.
You have to really and truly, like even what he was saying, you know, like when I first got married, I was not a whole person. You know, I was not. I hadn't decided nothing. Only thing I knew was the Bible says it's better to marry than burn. And I still want to have sex. I want to be in the Lord. So I was like, and I want to take care of my kids. I got 2 daughters. I ain't want another man over my daughter. So I made the decision based upon those facts. I didn't even want to be married, but I wanted to have sex. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, if you watch a person live, see, it's the difference between me telling you this the list and me just going along with you in life.
And
all I gotta do is let you live for a little while. You know, because if I tell you the list, you're gonna be conscious of the list. But if I just let you live, you're gonna be free to do what you do. Because I ain't telling you my stipulations. So you're gonna you might let it hang all out. And then it's up to me to decide if that complements me or if that's compatible to where I'm going. A lot of times, like you say, is it realistic for us to grow together? Yes, it is realistic if I really and truly examine who I choose. Because they're gonna grow. They're gonna have a palate. They're gonna grow, but I gotta know that their mindset, their heart is growing the same way. They might not say I want to go to Africa with you, but they might say, hey, I'm gonna pack your lunch. You go to Africa and make sure you get back on time. That's the type of things that we need. We don't need exact people to do the same thing. We need supportive people. We need somebody who, I need a wife that's not doing what I'm doing so that the things that I can't get to is getting done. I don't need the same person working on a team member.
You need somebody who support the vision. You might not have the same vision, but they support the vision.
Yeah, exactly. They say the two become one flesh. That means that we become one effort in the earth. Meaning that we both agree to do an honest effort together in the earth to do what? To subdue it, to conquer the things, to have the things that God said we should have, and have the things that is due to us. That's what I need. I need me a real team player, someone who is not a hindrance, but someone who is a help. So you can have someone who will man grow with you like crazy, man. They'll grow into everything that you need because you started off with a good with choosing right. You know what I mean? You got to choose right. Some people just basically accept they choose wrong.
But then some people also get to the point where right.
I didn't hear you.
You gotta wake up. You gotta wake up, baby.
Okay.
You gotta wake up. Coffee break.
Sometimes your shirt come from the baby gap. Sometimes. Sometimes various bow ties from different places. Sometimes you do grow numb because, like, okay, you interviewing this person and you're gonna let them live free, or you're gonna have this list of questions, and they may answer some of the questions correctly. But then after you go through that over and over and over again, it's just like, man, when do I get off? And not just that, but then when are we actually gonna grow? What is it? I mean, and then, but what happens? You're in that situation and you realize, you know what, this ain't going nowhere, but it's comfortable. And Thanksgiving coming up, and I don't want to be by myself.
And my birthday.
And my birthday coming up. And I know we're gonna supersize. You see what I'm saying? So then when you start, males and females, they start compromising.
We'll have emotional intelligence to know that it's not good for you to just have that, just to feel that feeling. Know that you're conscious enough to know I need to leave this because it's not right for me, even if I have to be lonely for a couple months.
You smoke cigarettes.
And?
So what I'm saying is,
your point?
My point is that sometimes if you issuing out medicine, then you should take some of that medicine.
Oh, no,
so you get to the point when you date people that you don't smoke around them, you just don't tell them you smoke, or?
Well, you know what? A lot of people who know me don't even know I smoke cigarettes because I don't smoke like a chimney.
And you don't smell like it either.
Yeah, but when I am,
you can smell smoke.
So no, I don't tell anybody. I don't say no, I don't smoke. I let them know I smoke because some men, just like you said, some men don't like females who smoke. Okay, well then we obviously are not compatible because even though one day I may want to stop, it's not today. So next,
what if you're about to stop? What if you're about to stop?
It doesn't matter, but I haven't. But I haven't.
Okay, baby, what can I do when you do decide to want to stop to help you? You understand me? Exactly. Yeah. No one does that. No one does. Okay, I'm crazy on Saturdays and Sundays. Well, baby, what do we need to do on Saturdays and Sundays to calm down your baby? We go walk in the park. Nobody wants to take that extra step.
Well, some people do.
But
you have to tell somebody.
You're right. You're exactly right.
Okay, I dance. The first thing everybody wants to do when they meet me is take me out the club. Okay, my rent $1,100. I come up out here. What's gonna happen on the first? Between the first and the fifth, do you have this $1,185?
But you can only get that person if you say
compromise. Let's go down to $450.
Or
let's go to a promise.
Don't do it.
The misconception that people take with that because they don't think you normal though. See, they don't think strippers normal like that. They think they're high class. But she just said, "Take me on the walk, man. I just want to chill. I'm tired of all these cats riff rapping."
Because everybody has the same type.
You know what I'm saying? They tired.
I want to take this. I want to do this. No, I just really want to go to the movie.
But do you want?
After you go,
but do you want to get out the club?
But you gonna come around with me $450 if you find out you like me? Let's go to a park. Let's get a. You got a child.
If you're saying, okay, you can keep your house 20, and this is what I'll have for you, but I don't want you to do what you're doing. And this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get your resume together. I got these people over here gonna get your resume. These people over here.
You want somebody to build you up too?
Help me. They don't say you can't take me out of my situation and just boom, there you go. What you gonna do? What do you do?
I feel you. Now, if I feel what you're saying,
what do I do as a person?
If you object to what I'm doing, then you need to be able to
have
exactly.
Have a plan.
You need to be able to have a plan and say, okay, if you don't like it, then what can you do to change it?
They never
you feel what I'm saying? If you object to it, you gotta have a better plan. And until you have a better plan, you really can't say anything.
Yeah,
well, that's the thing. But I think that's a problem sometimes. We go into these relationships with these crazy expectations.
Right.
Instead of me going in just getting to know you as a person.
Right.
And like, now granted she smoke or she strip or whatever the situation is. I'm not gonna be the first coming with the sword out, cut her head off. Look at her, oh man, she ain't able to quick off to get off. No, because if I like her and I'm attracted to her, then let me get going. But too much probably will run me anyway. Why you in a relationship? You don't want a baby? You don't want a kid? Hold up now. I ain't even say I just want to do anything. I'm meeting you. Why is these conversations always got to be the first time? Man.
That's because you got good hair.
I noticed that, bro.
Yesterday, how we get to know people today? Guess what? If I like 5 pictures on your Instagram, I know you. I know what you.
That's a problem.
I know nowadays.
That's a problem.
That's a problem. People like 5 of my pictures.
Right. But if I put Jesus Christ on this one today, and I get 12 likes, but tomorrow I put my underwear front to back. Every follower I get. Every follower I get.
That goes back. Visual. That goes back to the identity of men, man.
Yeah.
We don't have it no more.
That's what he said.
Look, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do because we're entering the last couple of minutes. What we're gonna do is you know what? No, because it costs more money. So what we're gonna do is we'll probably have a second episode where we bring in a tad bit more women. Because I got people calling in saying that they got some stuff they want to say. They got questions. They're not really questions. Some of them are paragraphs, and I think we got to give these people a chance, to voice that. So we may turn this into a second edition. Second episode. But what I want to do now is we're going to give closing thoughts. We're going to go in this area right here so we can catch our in this direction. Because I want my guests to speak last. And so we just want to give closing thoughts, and we'll start with Kia.
Okay, well, next week I'll be still busy handling my business. So if anybody, like I said, zsbtax.com, contact me if you want to get ready for tax season. And I'm also getting some classes together, ready to get about 20 to 25 young adults or teenagers take them to go open bank accounts. So if you know some youth who don't have bank accounts, contact me at that email, ms.kiaballard@gmail.com.
All right, first of all, I want to let y'all know that it's very realistic to be in a marriage. I think it's very realistic. Now, I want us to lose that focus on that. But once again, my name is Omar Howard. I'm founder of Freedom is a Choice Incorporated, which is geared toward encouraging our youth to choose freedom over incarceration. You can call me straight out at 404-558-2513. I do speaking engagements. I speak at churches. I speak at schools. Whatever you need to speak at. I also work back in the prison system as well. So I go into prison, speak to a lot of at-risk youth. Also, Abundant Favors Foundation is throwing a father, daughter, son, mother dance at the Redan gym over there on Phillips Road. No, I think it's at the gym on Redan Road. It's in Redan area. It's Redan Park.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's on Phillips Road. It's on Phillips Road. It's on December 5th, Saturday, from 6 p.m. to 10. They are honoring me there as, for some of the things that I do in the community as far as, trying to encourage our young people. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for just being here at the show, man, and definitely tackling some issues that are major in our community. And I just want to know, there is hope in marriage, and I hope that everyone realize that as men and as well as women. So look forward to next week.
Knox.
I just want to say, man, if you're going to marry somebody, date them and get to know them first. Don't rush into it. Take your time.
That's right.
Don't try to change their outlook on life. And if they're doing something you don't agree with, just work on the compromise. I mean, that's just it right there. You just can't rush into it and assume somebody's going to change because you want them to. And appreciate being on the show. Good conversation. I learned a few things. For the caller, you can get back at me so we can finish this conversation.
I know her. She will get back at you.
Y'all can check me out on my podcast, man, on SoundCloud, man. It's the 95 podcast. So that's pretty much it right there.
This is how Marshall's going to say on Friday.
I do think that marriage is a realistic objective in today's society, if it's for you. If it's not for you, then I still advocate being responsible in whatever relationship you're in, whatever marriage you're in. And a lot of times today, like you said, a lot of women aren't really interested in marriage of that generation. But that's also, it goes back to a respect level, because a lot of men don't respect these women. So they actually do become numb to marriage. They do become numb to relationships. So in that case, or in that situation, it goes back to the individual. Now, if all these individuals have a lack of respect for women, then that individual attitude becomes the collective attitude. So then when that collective attitude comes about, then a lot of women are numb to the idea of marriage or to the idea of relationships, period. So it comes back to respect and the individual. Now, if you have respect for yourself and respect for the individual and respect for the idea of who a woman is, then yes, marriage is realistic.
All right, break it down, man, my brother. All right.
Okay. Marshall's still having a sale on Friday.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm like to just say thank you for inviting me here as a special guest on Instinct Radio. Tune in every Sunday. I'm Twanesia Arnold. Everybody knows me by Twane, a.k.a. the People's Champ. You can catch me at Ballard. Okay, no, but for real. Just in actuality, I think marriage is both realistic and unrealistic. Just depending on where your thought is, how you're raised up, bringing. Like I said, my grandmother, 11 kids, 3 of them married by married men. So you can't always look at the outer surface of things. Sometimes just take it like a science project, just bust it open and dissect it and take out the things that you don't want and sew it back up, and hopefully you have the person that you need. But with praying and actually having a life coach of some sort, someone to actually talk to who actually has been in their marriage or relationship, always is a plus. It takes someone to tell you that this ain't right or that's right or both of y'all are wrong. And again, compromise and reasoning it plays another big factor. Just try to love yourself and get to know you and stay in your Bible and don't get catfish.
That's the old school came out. Don't get what catfish.
Sale on Friday.
Take something can take life for more than just a picture. Because just think of a picture is only a couple seconds. Life is a whole much bigger picture than your couple of seconds of fame. So catch me again on Instinct Radio. I will be back. Call and ask for 20.
I'm Apostle Tony Hill, founder of and senior minister of Renewing of the Mind Worship and Training Center, 24 Payne Road. I definitely believe that marriage is a realistic expectation, but I do believe that it's a challenge in this day and time. I believe that, especially in the church where you have a group of rules that governs you and tell you that you cannot do this, you cannot do that, and there's a certain way that you should conduct yourself even with interacting with a man, it is more challenging. For a woman that is in the world, it is just as challenging. But she has an edge because she can do things that is not, not going along with religion. But for me, I believe that, man, if you continue to believe, you build yourself up, you market yourself to the best of your ability. You become an asset instead of a liability or a hindrance. I believe that, man, there's someone out there that's looking to choose you. Mm-hmm. With me as myself as a man, before I go into marriage, I want to build myself up to be an asset, to be everything that I can be in order to be a good mate for a woman. And I believe that we have to be realistic. Mm-hmm. Am I a husband? Am I a wife? Everybody is not a husband. Everybody is not a wife. And I believe that we have made some careless mistakes with getting involved with people before we're ready. Mm-hmm. If we tell ourselves the truth and we tell other people the truth, and if they choose, it's always a choice. Just because I ask don't mean you got to say I do. Just because they say they want you don't mean that you got to go. I believe that at this day and time, it's too serious of an issue to play with it, in a shallow way. Take it serious, be serious when you get into it.
Awesome. My name is Dainhen Butler. I'm a case manager for average teens in Clayton County. Right now we deal with 17 to 24-year-olds. So if you got somebody that's in that Taylor Road district, that's the old Galaxy movie theater, send them our way. We're at Hype, helping young people evolve. We're entering the last quarter of that grant, which is funded by the Department of Labor. So if you got kids that need jobs, we got employment. We help them get their license, GED, Job Corps, whatever it takes to to decrease the prison population. That's what we're gonna do. On another note, Funtime Moonwalk Runners. We have discounts for baby daddies on child support and single moms. 678-891-9690. Also, we manage anger. I'm an anger management specialist throughout the state of Georgia. Don't fix your neck. But what we're starting to do is we're starting to get some of our clients are reaching out to us from different states. So we Skype an anger management. Wherever you need to do to stay out of jail, if you bust the windows out his car, give us a call so we can help you stay out of jail. On a more positive note, my relationship with Instinct Radio is always growing. I'm thankful to have come up under the umbrella of Regina Sunshine from the Regina Sunshine Show that's on Mondays for 12 o'clock on Instinct Radio. And I've received nothing but support. When I went to the radio station owner and said, this is what I want to do, this is the platform I want to have, he was like, go for it. Get your crew together, let's rock and roll. So it takes foundation, it takes conversations like these so people can, start thinking about certain aspects of life. And it's helped me not always think that I'm the smartest person in the room, because I come here and just sit. I got captivated at one point in time. I stopped asking questions because I was like, man, I'm learning. You know what? When I think about marriage, I don't even know if it's realistic because I'm so concerned with the population of my people. I see us dying every day. So I think that we've been given a movie to look at and we're supposed to base our life off this movie, but that's not realistic to the true existence of our people. How do we continue to survive in a place that's constantly killing us? Why do we have so many African-American homosexuals? And I don't know if I get blackballed, but my whole thing is if you're going to be a homosexual, have a child first. You know what I mean? So we can at least have, kids that could, that we can have in existence later on. If our increasing prison population, right now they're taking the test scores of our second graders and determining how many prisons they're going to build. When that's a factor, there's an agenda against our people. And it's not for us to continue to reproduce. You see what I'm saying? And there's so much stuff that's going on in the drugs that they're giving us, these Molly pills, whatever's going on, it's so much stuff, and it's all structured around decreasing our population. So in my mind, I'm just like, you know what? I said it earlier and everybody laughed, but I was so serious. If we have 10 women for one man, then why not impregnate all these women to keep our bloodline, to keep our existence here. Because of what's going to take place is this. And I'm not talking about marriage. I'm talking about animalistically, how do you stay alive? How do you stay in existence? And you cannot do that without reproducing. If you don't make babies, it does not happen. And right now, it's not taking place. It's not taking place. Hold on now. I gave you your moment now. If you want to come back for the second show, you can do that. These are closing remarks. I will be the last person. Hold up. Oh. Yeah. So, with that being said, you know what? We like to continue to get your questions at DainhenButler@yahoo.com, the Dainhen Butler Show @gmail. Send us your questions, your remarks. We'll be back next week. We'll let the organizer of the show determine if we're gonna do this for a second episode. But I love to hear from people because I like to get a different aspect of it. But my whole thing is let's stay alive. If you find somebody, in my mind at night I think about that one person, and I'm so in love with that person. And I don't know if I've already met that person or I've yet to meet, or I done met her and they got all the stuff, but I'm just so boggled up with my ego and my nonsense that I can't realize that I see that person. So I am a work in progress. This show is a work in progress. We as a people is a work in progress. And I thank you for tuning in to the Dainhen Butler Show. Continue to support Instinct Radio, man. We'll see you next week.
Yep. Eastside.
To the very best is yours truly, Jazzy. Fizzle, fizzle, fizzle. And this is Instinct Radio, man. Tune in, baby. Oh, boy. Yeah.
The way that I met her was on tour at that concert. She had long hair and a short miniskirt. I just got on stage dripping, pouring with sweat. I was walking through the crowd, and guess who I met? I whispered in her ear, come to the picture booth so I can ask you some questions to see if you're 100 proof. I asked her name, she said blah, blah, blah. She had 9, 10 pants and a very big bra. I took a couple of flicks and she was enthused. I said, how do you like the show? She said I was very amused. I started throwing bass, she started throwing back mid-range. But when I sprung the question, she acted kind of strange. Because when I asked, do you have a man? She tried to pretend. She said, no, I don't. I only have a friend. Come on, I'm not even going for it. This is what I'm going to sing. You got what I need, but you say he's just a friend, and you say he's just a friend. Oh,